Welcome to This Day. It is Tuesday, September 27th. We have a couple meetings to tell you about today. And at 9:30 this morning is the GRF Disaster Preparedness Task Force. And that will be in the boardroom. And I'm sure they're going to talk about lots of great things that have to do with preparing for any particular type of disaster that could be upon us. Thank goodness we don't have too many hurricanes like Florida does. All right, and then at 1:30 this afternoon is the United Finance Committee meeting, and that will also be in the boardroom as well as virtual. And if you want to follow along, you can go to lagunawoodsvillage.com, go to governance, and click on the agenda. All right, on our show today, we have Eileen Paulin, who is our Director of Media and Communications. They have been very busy with lots of different activities and meetings and such, and she's got some great things to tell us about, so stick around for that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. Well, we are still very warm for the next couple of days, but we're going to start cooling down as we get closer to the weekend. Take a look at these numbers. We are looking at 89, 69 today. Tomorrow, 90, 70. Thursday, 86, 68. Friday, 81, 61. And Saturday, 79, 67. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:43, and our sunset will be at 6:41. All right, when we come back, we will have Eileen Paulin right after the break. So stick around.
The California Attorney General, Ron Bonta, issued a consumer alert on hearing aids sold over the counter or online. Quote, while hearing aids sold online or over the counter may appear to be more cost effective than traditional hearing aids, they may not properly address your particular hearing loss needs, or they may be outright scams. He goes on to say, get checked by a licensed hearing professional and beware of misleading claims. Call Advanced Ear Care today for answers on over-the-counter hearing aids and options. Tell them Stuart sent you.
Welcome to Balbina's Mexican Restaurant. Stop by and experience the most authentic Mexican food in the region. We are serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have a very extensive Mexican wine list from Valle de Guadalupe and the Centro of Mexico. Visit us for breakfast and lunch from 8 in the morning to 2 p.m. and for dinner from 5 to 9 p.m. Stop by on Wednesdays and enjoy with half off on all of our wines.
What's easier than blowing out 65 candles? Choosing an Alignment Medicare health plan that's tailored specifically to you. Need access to 24/7 telehealth and concierge services? You got it. Members also receive an Alignment Health Plan Black Card with a monthly allowance and rewards for engaging with your health. At Alignment Health Plan, we don't think of these things as extras, just things you deserve. Save your wish for something that isn't healthcare related. Call or visit our website today to enroll in an Alignment Health Plan.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Eileen Paulin here on behalf of Media and Communications. Well, welcome. We don't ever get to see you.
Good morning, Lisa. Well, we are behind the scenes an awful lot, but
well, you're doing a lot of stuff, and obviously we've got to cover a few things. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Well, I wanted to talk about a few long-term initiatives that we've been working on. In addition to getting out the weekly bulletin and the magazine and coordinating many things behind the scenes with communications, we've been working on a couple of long-term projects that most of our residents won't really know about until the next coming weeks as these become a little bit more visible. But one of them that's really important is the broadband infrastructure project that we're looking at. And what that means is most of our residents think they just turn on their television or they boot up and they get internet, and there's a lot that goes behind that. And so we are in our second phase of a study. We brought in an outside consulting group, coincidentally called the Broadband Group, so we never forget their name. And we found them through Rossmore up in Walnut Creek, which was a very good referral. And we've been working with them now for about 3 years. And they've come in and taken a look at what we have here. And we have a very unique situation here in the village in that we own our own infrastructure. All the conduit that is placed throughout the village we own, and that is not the case in most communities. Most communities, it belongs to an outside provider. So it's time now to really just take a look at where we are now and what the future holds. Because it's interesting, if everybody stops and thinks about it, there's one thing that's missing in this community, and that's telephone poles and antennas everywhere.
That's right.
And that's because back in 1964, Ross Cortese was a great visionary, and he knew he didn't want all of that cluttering the place. So he dropped the cable for all of those things into the ground. So, you know, those things age. The technology, as we know, has shifted. The people that moved in here in 1964, if you'd said the word internet, they wouldn't have known what we're talking about. And today we really rely on that.
Right.
So staff has been very, very busy. Paul Ortiz has been really a key in this project after having taken over broadband services, working with the team there at the Head End Building, which is located up behind the Equestrian Center. And we had our first meeting of our ad hoc committee last week, and we took those folks up there to take a really good look at the head end. And I think most of them, not all, some have good background in this, but others their heads were spinning because they realized they had no idea what goes into, you know, making sure that you get what you want when you turn on your television or your internet. So we've started, and we are going to be officially receiving the second large report from Broadband Group this week. And this ad hoc committee, which we might want to take a look at the folks that are on that committee, just so that people know. These ad hoc committees are combined of members of all of the boards. So we have 3 members of GRF. Obviously, the chair, the way this works is the chair of the Media and Communications Committee oversees any ad hoc that's formed under the Media and Communications Committee. So in this case, it's Joan Milliman. And then we have 2 board members from GRF, 2 from United, 2 from Third, and then staff. So we are going to be on a regular schedule and really rolling up our shirt sleeves, staff's job is to try to inform these directors so that they feel very comfortable making a recommendation to GRF as to what type of investment makes the most sense for the village in the future.
Well, could you give us a little idea of what some of the recommendations have been? I mean, obviously you alluded to infrastructure. Of course, technology has changed so much.
Correct.
Kind of what are some of the things that you're concerned about going forward?
Well, we have to take a look at, for one thing, cable television, I'm sorry to tell everybody, is going away. And it's dying a faster death than most people had anticipated. The pandemic had a lot to do with that. But the costs that we're paying for programming for our residents here in the village are going up very, very fast. I mean, in some cases, 25%. Wow. And of course, people are very concerned about keeping costs down. So as a result, we have to really take a good look at when are we going to get out of that programming business and push our residents over to streaming through the internet for getting their content. So, you know, initially, I mean, people will probably always have their television sets for some of the local networks, but they're really going to be going to content on the internet. And the question here is also because we have a rather unique population. Some people, our newer residents are coming in here and demanding, not demanding by any means, they need high internet speeds.
Yeah.
We have to be able to provide that. That's going to require some system upgrades in order to face the future.
Yes.
But secondly, we've got to take a really good look at, do we keep renewing these contracts? Because we have to pass those costs through to the resident. So it's a very complicated issue. And I'm very thankful that the residents that are serving on this ad hoc committee have stepped forward to do that.
Well, that's great, because what you mentioned is that here cable is going away fast. Well, therefore, those stations and those programmers have to charge more money because they're losing so many people.
That's exactly what's happening. It's one of those situations where they have fewer customers. I know it probably doesn't make great logical sense, but that's how it works. And it's creating this bell curve where the people that are hanging on are paying more.
Well, exactly. And I think that at some point that's going to give, because that will trickle down saying, okay, now advertising is less and all those types of things. So yeah, it'll bite them at some point, I'm sure.
I think one of the members said at the meeting the other day, it's a multifaceted problem with multifaceted solutions.
It's true.
So,
it's absolutely true.
yeah.
So good luck with that one.
Thank you.
That's a big
Yeah.
one. And then I know you guys were revamping the website, which is good. What goes into that?
Well, that's another huge project. And, you know, a lot of people may not know the history, and that's the situation with most of these. Even with the broadband situation, you have to look at the history. That website was done at the time that the management situation was changed here in the village. So now we're going on 7 years or plus with that.
Yeah.
And I think it was very much designed as a marketing tool, and I think it did its job for that. But we have thrown so much into that website that it just doesn't work for our residents anymore. Every piece of governance is posted there, all kinds of forms and documents. You know, the bottom line is anything you need is on there, but how in the world do you find it?
Yes.
Because it's just become this, I don't know, octopus with many crazy arms that need to be tamed. So one of the first things that we're doing with that is obviously we have an ad hoc committee for that as well, and that group has been meeting now, for about a couple months. And we've identified 9 vendors, and we're ready to send out a request for a proposal to those vendors. And the next thing is going to be getting our residents involved. Once we have the wireframes and everything's ready to go, we're going to be asking people to come in and test this with us.
Oh, that's a great idea.
We'll be giving them questions like, can you find,
Yeah.
what hours is Clubhouse 1 open, or those types of things, and really making sure it's very user-friendly.
I think that's a great idea because, how else would you know if someone can actually use the website if you don't
Absolutely.
do that, which
Yeah.
is great. I mean,
So
we
we
look at it all the time
Right.
because of all the things we do. But when you do send people to a certain area, you do want them to be able to
Right.
find it fast.
And we're also going to be including some security situations. There's an awful lot of information on that website that really should be for residents only. It should be behind a sign-in portal. And so that would be a big part of what we're doing.
Well, that's a lot like if you go to your health, your health provider, you can say a patient or a doctor, and you can choose, which then would require a login and that type of thing. So that's great. And then, of course, which brings me to the next thing. I spoke with you yesterday about focus groups, and I think that's a very interesting idea. And you have focus groups for certain types of things. Tell me about how you arrived at those groups.
Well, the VMS board drove this initiative, and they brought it up about 8-9 weeks ago that they would like to have focus groups, and there were a lot of reasons, but they wanted to hear about what residents, how they get their information, what are the best sources for their information, and also just how they want to be communicated with. And not just in the things that we do in the Media and Communications Department, but if you have a work order or you call in and you have a situation with a leak, how the follow-up communication is going. So we have already held 4 focus groups, and they've been very, very successful. I got the preliminary report the other day, and it's going to help us put together some different processes in how we do things. In our department, we feel like, wow, we tell you again. Like if we go back and talk about, say, the clippings pickup service, we've put out 12 big messages on that in the last 5 months. But still, you have people that say, I didn't know we had a clipping service. So that's a challenge that I have to work on with our team. But we also have to look at some of the processes throughout the organization and how we get back to people. So it's been very helpful. The feedback's been just really excellent. And I don't mean just like it's all good. I mean that we can get our hands around that and do something with it.
Right. Well, that's good to know because it's coming straight from the people that are actually receiving this information.
Correct.
So that's excellent. All right, good. And then all board training, what does that involve?
Well, that's a big project for us, and it's very important to every resident if they stop and think about it, because this is the season where we have new residents coming onto the boards. And I've been here now enough seasons of this happening to know that generally when somebody comes on the board, they don't really have the complete picture of how big of a job it is. It's a huge job. And in order to give them the right tools and help them understand, we conduct an all-board training, which is an all-day event that takes place in November. We have notebooks that we update every year, which we're in the process of doing right now, that go to those people. And it's just understanding the GRF trust is very complicated. There's very few people, I think, actually here in the village that really fully understand it.
Right.
And I'm not saying you have to be able to pass a test in it, but you have to understand what the responsibilities to the residents are as a result of that trust.
Right.
You have to understand Davis-Sterling Act. There's a lot for them to learn. So that's something that we're getting all ready for right now.
Yeah, we have a few that have come on board for.
Yes, we just got some new United directors, and
we did.
Pretty soon we'll have some new ones on third.
Exactly. So you'll have your hands full with that. Was there anything that I might have missed?
No, I think that's it. You know, as always, people can reach out to us. You're always welcome to attend a MACC meeting. We've got one coming up in October, which I think you've got the information on that for everybody on the slide.
Yep.
And again, if you ever have any questions about any of this, you can always, the easiest way to reach us is info@lagunawoodsvillage.com.
Okay.
It'll make its way to me or somebody on our team that can help you and answer any questions you have.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much for the information.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thanks.
And of course, if you want more information about what we've discussed, or of course, you can go to the meeting. It's October 17th at 1:30 in the boardroom, or you could always send an email to info@lagunawoodsvillage.com. We'll be right back.
Diane's Hallmark in Laguna Niguel is now an Elam's Hallmark, and we are excited to be part of your community. We have just remodeled, and you will be surprised by the wide variety of fashion and accessories, home decor, collectibles, Disney, Peanuts, Harry Potter, and Star Wars, along with the largest Hallmark card selection in town. Stop in today and sign up for our Crown Rewards program and get a free Just Because card. Once a member, you can get a free card once a month. Elam's Hallmark, your neighborhood gift store.
Welcome to Elam's Hallmark here at the Marketplace in Laguna Niguel. We're so excited to be in here in Laguna Niguel next to Hobby Lobby. We've recently remodeled the store, and we invite you to come in and discover the products that we carry. It's a wide variety, and you'll be shocked at what you find. We just recently got in our brand new Haunted Mansion products like Nightmare Before Christmas and our Hocus Pocus and our Haunted Mansion product from Disneyland. Very excited to get that new product in. And you'll discover as you look through the store, our fashion and accessory department. We have beautiful jewelry, some of the Okabee sandals that we recently got in, and the Katie Loxton purses. Beautiful new product. Value prices, you'll be shocked at the price that we have. And the display has so many great different options that you're gonna really love to discover what we have in the store. Let's go take a look at the Willow Tree product. All right, here is our Willow Tree collection. This is one of the most popular lines in the entire store. Customers love this line because there's the perfect gift for almost any gift-giving occasion, whether somebody's having a baby or an anniversary, a wedding, even a great thinking of you piece like this one with the shell. This is a beautiful collection that the customers have always loved. And I just love the sentiment that they have with their Willow Tree statuettes. Let's go take a look at the other home decor products we have. This is another one of the great product lines I love in this store. This beach-themed home decor product that we have, including some of the Laguna Beach name drop, absolutely love this product. Really makes great gifts. Sometimes people miss these beautiful shell wreaths that we have that come in boxed, perfect for gift giving. Absolutely love this line. Beautiful product line. From the bowls, the dishes, the soaps, there's all kinds of great products here. Let's go take a look at some of the licensed products that we also carry. I just love the Peanuts collection that we have. Hallmark has some of the greatest licensed properties right now in the Peanuts department. The blanket is so soft, and it has some of the great Peanuts comic strips, all the way to the traditional Snoopy stuffed animal with Woodstock. Absolutely love their Peanuts collection. But not only do we do the Peanuts collection, Hallmark has the greatest licensed properties. We have Star Trek, Nintendo. Right now, Grogu is one of the hottest characters out there, the little baby Yoda. And we go into Harry Potter, Star Wars, a lot of great collectibles in the licensed product line. Let's go take a look at the new keepsake ornaments. Now we have our Hallmark keepsake ornaments out. These are out about 6 months of the year, and the collector base for these ornaments has grown exponentially. The collector series ornaments are out. We love our Frosty Friends, which is in its 43rd year, all the way to our brand new first in the series Young Santa. So we love our collector series, but part of the popularity of the ornaments are the licensed properties they get in. Whether it's Golden Girls or Game of Thrones, we have Marvel and Star Wars, and the way they interact together when you press one, the Death Star plays. They are a lot of fun to come in, play, see how they interact, see what's new. Brand new designs we've never had. Grogu will be one of the top ornaments of the year. And along with the Harry Potters, some of these other collector series, now we even have the Funko Pop ornaments, which is brand new line for Hallmark, whether it's somebody from The Office or it is Grogu. We have some great licensed products here in the Funko Pop as well. So a lot of great new fun items, especially the keepsake ornaments that just keep coming out. So come in and explore and see what we have. Please come visit us at Elam's Hallmark in Laguna Niguel, and you'll be surprised what you find.
Elam's Hallmark, your neighborhood gift store.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Well, as you just saw in that commercial, that is a lot of air power. So if you are into that kind of thing, you can go to Huntington Beach this weekend for the Huntington Beach Air Show, where of course it is featuring the Thunderbirds. Tickets are on sale, and that is this weekend starting on Friday, and it's PacificAirShow.com. All right, also some other interesting information is today is an expo. It is a wellness and business expo, and that is happening today at Clubhouse 2, and it is free to attend. And if you want more information, you can contact Leslie Coretti or just show up to Clubhouse 2 from 10 to 2. And so that is the 9th annual free senior health and business expo. Then also this weekend is another expo, and this is the health and Wellness Expo. And our main sponsor is Memorial Care for that. And of course, look at all these other great folks that are going to be there to help you with anything that you might want answers on regarding your health. It's going to be Clubhouse 5 on Saturday, October 1st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They're going to have lectures. They've got obviously the sponsors. They've got complimentary events. Free box lunch while supplies last, so you may want to go early for that. Now, of course, if you want more information about that, you can email recreation@vmsinc.org. Then also, there's another opportunity that we have going on, and that is the Classic Car Show is happening October 15th. And that is also put on by the Florence Sylvester Senior Center. They are going to have a pancake breakfast, and in conjunction with our auto club, actually the car club, they're going to have lots of really cool cars to look at. So that's at 8:30 to 11, October 15th. It's a $5 pre-purchase, $7 entry at the door. If you want more information, call 949-380-0155. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. Well, it is very warm today and tomorrow, but we are going to be cooling off for the rest of the weekend, into the weekend. Today we are looking at 89, 69, tomorrow 90, 70, 86, 68, 81, 61 with partly sunny skies, and 79, 67. So not too bad, but still a little on the warm side, so keep those air conditions going. And of course, you can always rewatch our program at 12:30 and 5 if you didn't get enough of our morning show, or you can go to our YouTube channel, Village Television, and look up This Day. Have a great day in the Village. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on Village Television at 9 a.m. Bye-bye.
Captain America.
Watch HGTV.
Netflix.
Are you or someone you know facing financial challenges from unexpected emergency expenses? The foundation of Laguna Woods Village can provide the temporary help you need. Meals on Wheels, adult day services, dental services, medical alert services, and ambulance contracts. Contact the Village Social Services at 949-597-4267 to see if you qualify. Neighbors helping neighbors. The mission of the foundation of Laguna Woods Village.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.